All right, so today we're going to dive into something pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Your personal profit playbook.
All right.
You sent over a whole bunch of notes and articles about building wealth,
Yeah.
starting a business, side hustles, like the whole nine yards.
I love it.
So we are going to unpack all of that and build a roadmap just for you.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is that all of these sources, emphasize this one thing, diversification.
Okay.
And it's like, having this financial Swiss Army knife
Oh, I like that.
ready for anything that today's economy kind of throws your way.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So instead of putting all our eggs in one basket, we're going to be exploring, like building multiple streams of income.
Exactly.
It's kind of like juggling, right?
It is juggling.
Keep those finances flowing.
That's it.
So to kick things off, you have a great section in your notes about investing 101.
Oh.
But let's be honest, sometimes like investing 101 can feel a little
Basic.
gammy.
Yeah.
So help us cut through the noise. What are the investment types that really matter for building long-term wealth?
Okay, so let's ditch the textbook definitions and get right into it.
Yeah.
So when you're thinking long-term growth, right, stocks and bonds,
Sure.
those are kind of your foundation.
Right.
Stocks, give you a piece of ownership in a company.
Mm-hmm.
So think of it as kind of like betting on its future success.
Gotcha.
And bonds are more like lending money, so you get steady interest payments back.
Okay, so stocks are a little bit more high growth potential, but maybe a bit riskier.
More risk, more reward.
Okay.
But bonds are a little bit more of that slow and steady.
Gotcha.
And this is where diversification comes in.
Okay.
So by mixing stocks and bonds, you're balancing the risk and reward.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, in your notes, you also touch on mutual funds and ETFs,
Yeah.
which are like these baskets of stocks or bonds. So it makes diversification even easier.
So it's like instead of having to cook everything from scratch, you're having a professional chef
Yes, exactly.
make you this perfect balanced meal.
Exactly. That's a great analogy. I like that.
Okay.
And this brings us to another key term that you highlighted, compounding.
Yeah.
And it's really this incredible snowball effect
Okay.
where your earnings generate even more earnings over time.
Okay. That sounds pretty magical, but can you give me a real world example of how powerful compounding can be?
Absolutely. So imagine you invest just like $50 a week.
Okay.
That's like skipping out on a couple of takeout meals.
I can do that.
Easy, right?
Yeah.
So with an average annual return, let's just say 7%.
Correct.
In 10 years, you could have over $40,000.
Really?
Yeah. And in 20 years, that could grow to like over $120,000.
Wow. Okay. Suddenly takeout's not looking so good. Right. I did notice in your notes, though, you mentioned setting both short-term and long-term investment goals.
Yes.
Why is it important to have both?
Because your goals are really going to shape your investment strategy.
Okay.
So let's say you have a short-term goal, like a down payment on a house.
Mm-hmm.
In a few years, you'd probably choose lower risk investments to avoid like those major fluctuations.
Okay.
But for retirement, that's decades away. You can afford to be a bit more aggressive, aim for higher growth with stocks.
So it's about aligning risk with your timeline.
Exactly.
Makes sense. And, you flagged risk tolerance, too.
Yes.
And how do you even figure out what level of risk is right for you? Like, am I a bungee jumping investor or taking a leisurely stroll in the park investor?
I love those analogies.
Thank you.
Honestly, a lot of it just comes down to self-awareness. How do you react to market ups and downs?
Yeah.
Would a 10% drop in your portfolio keep you up at night, or would you kind of see that as a buying opportunity?
So there's no right or wrong answer. It's just what aligns with you and your goals.
Exactly.
Now, I saw that you recommended some beginner-friendly investing apps.
Yes.
Robinhood, Acorns, Webull, all these names. I've heard them all, but honestly, they all kind of blur together.
Sure.
What makes each one stand out?
Okay, so think of Robinhood as like your no-frills, commission-free trading platform. So it's great for just getting your feet wet.
Okay.
Then you have Acorns, which is perfect if you want to invest without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It rounds up your purchases and invests the spare change for you.
That's cool.
And then Webull offers like more advanced features and data if you're ready to take a deeper dive.
So Robinhood is for the hands-on trader.
Yeah.
Acorns is set it and forget it.
Exactly.
And Webull is for the data-driven investor.
Yeah, you got it.
I love it.
When you're choosing a platform, though,
Yeah.
consider the fees. You know how user-friendly it is?
Mm.
And just the features it offers, so it should match your investing style and goals.
Makes sense. Now, there was one section in your notes that kind of made my eyes glaze over a little bit. It was the advanced strategies,
Yeah.
like DRAPs and dollar cost averaging.
Right.
Can you break those down for me in a way that even I can understand?
Of course. So DREPs, or dividend reinvestment plans, basically they automatically reinvest your dividends for you.
Okay.
So it's like free money, buying you more shares.
That makes sense.
Really fueling that compounding magic that we talked about.
Right.
And dollar cost averaging is basically like investing on autopilot.
Okay.
So you consistently invest a set amount no matter what the market's doing.
Okay.
So it really helps just smooth out the ride.
The DRIPs are like putting your earnings on autopilot to maximize gross.
Exactly.
Dollar cost averaging is about taking like the emotion out of investing.
You got it.
And then, on top of all of that, you also mentioned some alternative investments.
Oh, yes.
REITs, peer-to-peer lending, even crypto.
It's a whole world out there.
I know it's a lot.
It is, but it's exciting.
It is exciting. So I'm glad that we have you here to guide us through all of this.
Of course.
But let's move on to chapter 2 of our profit playbook, which is building a business from scratch.
Okay, let's get entrepreneurial.
Let's do it. Okay, so we've laid the groundwork for building wealth through investments. But, I'm also sensing a little bit of an entrepreneurial spirit in you.
I love that.
So chapter 2 of the Profit Playbook, starting a business from scratch.
Right.
I have to admit, like, the idea of being my own boss is pretty alluring.
Right.
But where do you even begin?
It can feel overwhelming.
Totally.
But the first step is actually pretty simple.
Okay.
It's all about finding your niche.
Got it.
You know, that sweet spot where your passions and skills and the market demand all kind of align.
Makes sense. But how do you actually pinpoint that sweet spot?
Yeah.
I mean, I like baking cookies and binge-watching documentaries, but I'm not sure there's a huge market for that combo.
I don't know. Maybe there is.
Maybe.
You never know. But seriously, though.
Yeah.
Think about like what you're naturally good at,
Okay.
what you enjoy doing, and what problems you can solve for other people. And actually, your notes have some great examples in here.
Okay.
Digital products, freelancing, eco-friendly goods, like the list goes on.
Okay, now we're talking.
Right.
Those are some good avenues. You mentioned digital products.
Yeah.
What are some specific examples of things that people could create and sell?
Oh, the possibilities are endless.
Okay.
So let's say you're a photography whiz.
Hmm.
You could create and sell online courses, Lightroom presets, or even stock photos. Or maybe you're like a master organizer.
Oh,
You can create printable planners, budgeting templates, or even offer virtual organizing services.
that's a good idea.
So the key is to really just leverage your existing skills.
Yeah.
And create something valuable that other people are willing to pay for.
I'm already starting to brainstorm here.
Awesome.
Now, once you have an idea,
Yeah.
you emphasize the importance of a business plan.
Yes.
And honestly, that sounds a little daunting.
Sure.
Like, do I need to write a novel outlining every single detail?
Don't worry, it's not War and Peace.
Okay, good.
Think of it more as like a roadmap.
Okay.
It outlines your goals,
Yeah.
your target audience, marketing strategy, and your financial projections. Keeps you focused, organized, and it's also usually required if you're seeking funding from investors.
Makes sense. So roadmap, got
Okay.
it. What are like the essential components of a business plan that I absolutely need to include?
All right, so you'll want to start with market research.
Okay.
So who are your competitors? What are the trends in your industry? Next, you'll want to define your target audience.
Okay.
So who are you trying to reach with your products or services?
Gotcha.
And then outline those products or services and highlight what makes you unique.
Okay.
Don't forget about a marketing plan.
Right.
How are you going to get the word out?
Yeah.
And lastly, you'll need some financial projections. So you know how much it will cost to start and run your business and how much revenue you anticipate.
Okay. That's a lot to consider, but it makes sense.
It does.
And thankfully, your notes highlight some online tools that can make life a lot easier.
Sure.
Like Shopify for e-commerce, Canva for design, QuickBooks for accounting. Can you give us some specific examples of how these tools can help someone just starting out?
Of course. So let's say you're launching like an online clothing boutique.
Okay.
Shopify makes setting up your website, managing inventory, processing payments, and even handling shipping a breeze.
That's awesome.
Canva is a lifesaver for creating like eye-catching logos, social media graphics, even product mock-ups.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be a design pro to make things look amazing.
Cool.
And QuickBooks helps you track expenses, generate invoices, and stay on top of your finances.
Love it.
No more shoebox full of receipts.
I love that. So basically, these tools just empower you to focus on what you do best, which is creating and selling
Exactly.
awesome products.
That's the goal.
But let's say you have your business up and running, things are going well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you take it to the next level? How do you make it grow?
That's where the magic of scaling comes in.
Okay, I like magic.
It's all about expanding your reach and increasing your revenue.
Okay.
So there are a few key strategies to consider.
Okay, let's hear it.
Upselling is a great one. So you're offering customers additional products or services that complement their purchase.
Oh, like if I'm buying a new phone case online, and then they recommend a screen protector or a pop socket.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're already interested in their products,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a natural way to increase their purchase value.
Makes sense.
Another strategy is expanding into new markets.
Okay.
So maybe you target a different demographic
Yeah.
or a different geographical area.
Gotcha.
And social media ads can be incredibly effective for reaching a wider audience.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're targeting the right people with the right message.
So it's all about strategically reaching more customers
Exactly.
and maximizing their spending.
That's it.
But let's be real, starting a business can feel like a huge leap.
Yeah.
For those of us who aren't quite ready to quit our day jobs,
Sure.
that's where side hustles come in, right? Side hustles, they're kind of like the perfect way to dip your toes into the entrepreneurial waters without going all in. It's like having that financial safety net while you explore new possibilities.
I love it.
So chapter 3 of our Profit Playbook. Let's uncover some side hustle gems.
Okay, let's do it.
What's so fascinating is how many side hustles you can just do completely online now.
Yeah.
You don't even have to leave your house.
It's amazing.
It's pretty great. So give us the inside scoop. What are some online side hustles that are in high demand right now?
Okay, well, freelancing is always a popular option.
Yeah.
It's like being your own boss, setting your own hours, and choosing the projects that you want to work on.
I like the sound of that.
And if you have skills in writing, editing, graphic design,
Right.
web development, or even virtual assisting,
Okay.
there are tons of opportunities out there.
I've always wondered about virtual assisting. What exactly does a virtual assistant do?
It's a really diverse role.
Okay.
They can handle anything from scheduling appointments and managing emails to creating social media content and even bookkeeping. They basically help busy entrepreneurs and business owners stay organized and get things done.
So it's like being a superhero sidekick,
Exactly.
helping entrepreneurs conquer their to-do list.
I like that.
That's awesome. And speaking of superheroes, content creation is another booming side hustle.
Oh, yeah.
Bloggers,
Yeah.
YouTubers, podcasters.
That's huge.
They're all looking for fresh voices and perspectives.
Yes.
So if you have a knack for writing or video editing or even just sharing your thoughts and experiences in a really engaging way,
Yeah,
there's an audience out there waiting to connect with you.
absolutely.
That's really inspiring. It feels like there's a side hustle out there for everyone,
There really is.
no matter what your interests or skills are.
I agree.
And you mentioned a really interesting one in your notes too.
Okay.
Print on demand.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever thought about designing your own t-shirts, mugs, or tote bags?
That's a great idea.
No, it sounds cool, right? How does print on demand work?
Okay, so it's pretty amazing, actually.
Okay.
You create your designs using online tools.
Canva is great for this.
Yeah.
And then you partner with a print-on-demand company,
Okay.
and they handle everything else, the printing, the shipping, even customer service.
Wow.
You don't have to deal with inventory or worry about shipping costs.
It takes a lot of the hassle out of it.
Exactly.
But I do have to imagine that, like, juggling a side hustle with a full-time job
Yeah,
and just life in general can be a bit of a balancing act.
it definitely can be.
So any tips for managing all those spinning plates?
Well, time management is key.
Okay.
It's about setting realistic goals, prioritizing your tasks,
Yeah.
and carving out dedicated time for your side hustle.
Okay.
Treat it like an appointment on your calendar that you can't miss.
So make it a non-negotiable part of your schedule.
Exactly.
Not just squeeze it in when you have time.
And don't underestimate the power of productivity tools.
Yeah.
Trello and Notion are great for staying organized, managing tasks, and keeping track of everything.
Yeah, we're big fans of Trello and Notion here on the Deep Dive. They're lifesavers.
They really are. I know, and it's not uncommon for a side hustle to actually blossom into a full-fledged business.
Yeah.
Your notes have some really inspiring stories of people who took that leap,
Yeah, they're amazing.
turned their passion project into their full-time gig.
It's so cool.
But how do you know when it's the right time to make that transition?
It's a big decision.
It is.
But a good indicator is, when your side hustle income is consistently exceeding your expenses,
Okay.
you have a solid customer base,
Hmm.
and you're genuinely more excited about your side hustle than your day job.
So it's that financial stability,
Yes.
proven demand,
Mm-hmm.
and that gut feeling that you're onto something special.
Exactly.
We've covered a lot of incredible tools and resources throughout this entire profit playbook journey.
Yeah, we have.
So before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap.
Okay, let's do it.
What are some of the standouts for you?
Okay, so for investments,
Yeah.
Acorns is perfect for effortless micro-investing, while Robinhood offers commission-free trading for the DIY investor. Love it.
If you're feeling entrepreneurial,
Yeah.
Shopify makes building an online store a breeze.
It does.
And QuickBooks simplifies accounting, keeping those finances in check.
So important. And to boost your productivity and stay organized,
Yeah.
Trello, Notion, and Asana are your go-to superheroes.
Love it.
What an arsenal. We've equipped you with a whole toolkit for financial success.
I'm so excited for everyone.
Me too. And the best part is you can start using these tools today no matter where you are on your financial journey.
Exactly.
But before we let you go, I want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question.
Okay, hit me.
What one step, big or small, will you take today to start building your own profit playbook?
I love that.
Will you research a new investment strategy, brainstorm a side hustle idea, or finally create that budget that you've been putting off?
Yes.
Remember, even the smallest step can set you on the path towards financial freedom.
It really can.
We would love to hear what action you're taking. So share your thoughts and your progress with us on social media using #ProfitPlaybook.
Yes, please do.